Right, guys, if you've seen the fight, you know what I'm talking about. Joseph Parker beats Derek Chisora by split decision. I believe it was 115-113 to Derek Chisora. I think 116-111 to Joseph Parker, and then again 115-113 to Joseph Parker on the third scorecard. It was a very interesting fight. The very first round, was shocking. So before I jump into it, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys thought about Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker. If you want to follow him, hit me up on Twitter, KO Boxing Vibe 1, Instagram, official KO Boxing Vibe. If you want to support the channel, hit the link to my PayPal in the description and drop something for the channel. Joseph Parker versus Derek Chisora. Let me just get off like this. Derek Chisora somehow managed to drop Joseph Parker with the very first shot that he landed. First round, Joseph Parker, overhand right from Derek Chisora. Joseph Parker straight to the canvas, touched the canvas. I was like, what? Derek Chisora just dropped Joseph Parker with his very first shot. I was like, so Joseph Parker gone from the snooze fest with AJ, to being, being bossed by Dillian Whyte, to now getting Nelly to what, is he going to be knocked out in the first round? I was like, what? But Joseph Parker was able to get himself together, after that, surprising knockdown by Derek Chisora. Chisora put on the pressure on Joseph Parker, really, going to the body, left hand to the body, right hands to the body, reddening the ribs of Joseph Parker. You could literally see it. I have to give props to Derek Chisora. He, even one of the judges gave him the fight, because he could have easily won that fight. He landed a lot of big bombs. He brought the smoke. He brought the energy. He brought the ferocity. Because similar to what he did with Alexander Usyk, he was able to have a bit more success with Joseph Parker, because Parker's obviously not as fleet-footed, and he's not a natural cruiserweight where he's going to have the movement and the agility to be changing angles like the way Usyk was to avoid shots, So obviously Joseph Parker was getting caught with a lot more shots than Usyk was, So from round 1 to like round, 6, before Chisora started to slow, Chisora was having a lot of success against Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker was struggling to get the distance right to really get to work on Derek Chisora, and it really showed, because Chisora kind of dominated the opening going. As the fight went on, Chisora started to tire a bit more. His head movement was gone. He wasn't really bending at the waist to slip shots as much. So Joseph Parker was having a lot more success landing his shots. 2, 3, 4 punch combinations were landing on Derek Chisora at points where we thought, is Chisora really gonna get stopped, or is he really taking too many shots? But a lot of the work that success that Joseph Parker was getting was in the later rounds. So it was kind of like, if you take into account Derek Chisora's knockdown that he got over Parker, his early success, you're weighing that up against Joseph Parker's later success in the rounds. And even some of the rounds that I believe Chisora did win, they were quite close. So obviously you had the judge, giving the 116-111, judging that, that Joseph Parker actually won those rounds compared to the judge that gave Chisora the fight. It went to round 11, round 10, Joseph Parker had quite a lot of success. Chisora really, he tried to bring it in round 12. He landed like 2, good, headshots on Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker did quite well to kind of like, ride out through that round 12. He landed quite a few of his own shots as well. So for me, it was overall, it was a close fight. It could have gone either way. Derek Chisora was disappointed at the end of the fight, obviously, because he lost to Alexander Usyk, and he believed he really put a lot of effort into that in the camp. And, he believed, he did a lot more work than Usyk, and he believes he won this fight against Joseph Parker doing more work than Parker. And I believe in the early going, he did more work. But obviously in the later round, and he got the knockdown, and in the later rounds, Parker was able to turn it on. You know, for me, if it was me that was judging the fight, I would have given the fight to Chisora. For me, I would have agreed with the 115, 113. But judges are looking at different things. Another judge decided to give it 116, 111, and another judge gave it, 115, 113 to Joseph Parker. So Joseph Parker, at the moment is in Eddie Hearn's stable at the moment with Matchroom, and this Eddie Hearn probably wants to set up more fights with Joseph Parker, so it's probably Eddie Hearn's favorite over Derek Chisora, considering all the antics Chisora was doing. I was talking about pulling out the fight. The judges are, we know what goes on. Judges are probably going to be favoring Joseph Parker as the Matchroom guy, over Chisora. So sometimes that can have bearings on the judges and things like that. So it's quite interesting, man. Obviously, Derek Chisora, they talk about having a rematch with Joseph Parker, maybe on the Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua undercard, if that fight does actually happen, which we don't really know yet. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, man. What do you guys think about the fight? What's your take on the fight? Do you agree that Joseph Parker deserved a split decision victory? I gave the fight to Derek Chisora, a similar scorecard to 115, 113, because I just felt like his pressure, the shots that he was landing, his punch volume was a lot better than Joseph Parker, plus the knockdown. Obviously, Parker turned it on late, but I just felt like in the early going, plus the knockdown was enough. But the two other judges saw it the other way, so that is what it is, man. Let's see what happens next, man. Where do you think you guys want to see Joseph Parker go from here? Where does Derek Chisora go from here? Obviously, after losing, they talk about doing the rematch. Are they really going to live up to doing the rematch, or is that just post-fight pleasantries? So we have to wait and see what happens, man. Joseph Parker beats Derek Chisora, split decision victory, solid, good, decent win for Joseph Parker, and we have to wait and see what happens next. So drop your comments in the comment section below. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. KO Boxing Vibe 1 on Twitter, official KO Boxing Vibe on Instagram. If you want to support the channel, you want to do something, see more content, you want to see more stuff, hit the link to my PayPal, drop the ting, let's go.